Hi, everybody. Welcome back to A Parent's Truth. This episode, we're not going to be talking about the truth about parenting. We wanted to take another pause here, like we did with the coronavirus lockdown, and talk about everything that's been going on as far as race relations in this country. Before I get started, I just want to thank everyone that responded to my video last week. I really appreciate it. You guys that responded uh, said some really kind words, and I especially want to call out two people, Daniel Solis and Khan. I just Khan called and reached out and just really just checking in to make sure that we're okay with everything that's going on. And Dan and I had a really cool conversation over Messenger, and it was just really cool the conversations that I had with those two people. And I just want to thank everyone that responded to my video. After I made that video, I was fine. I was fine. I felt better. I got it off my chest. And I trudged along doing my everyday thing. And then last week, I kind of spiraled into this paranoia spiral. And I never thought anything like this would affect me in any type of way. I'm a pretty confident person, pretty comfortable with myself, don't really give a crap what other people think. Um, I I I just got very uncomfortable for me living in this country. I was going to say living in this world, but that's not true. But living in this country. And found myself always looking over my shoulder. I found myself having memories that I had forgotten about. Another gal, Susie Cacciatore, brought up a situation that happened years ago, and I mean years ago in Cincinnati, that I had completely forgotten about. And when I read the incident, I was like, remind me. I don't remember what happened. I didn't remember, and it was as I was reading it, and not until I finished reading it did I remember that situation. It was a really scary, scary situation for her. She's white, and for me and my roommate and her roommate. And I just, I think that's probably the moment that I was like, I don't even know how to describe it. Scared, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And I started thinking, fuck this. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to have anything to do with this country. I'm sick of this president. Nobody's doing anything about him. I have friends that support this guy. I don't get it. He has done, you've, and I'm going to say this, I'm only going to say this once. You have got to be a dumbass if you support Donald Trump. You have got to be a dumbass because it's only a matter of time before he comes for your ass. And your dumbass is going to be standing there looking like a dumbass. And all the rest of us are going to be saying, see, I told you so. And you're going to want all this help to get out of the situation that he's going to put you in. You think he's doing it to everybody else and he's not going to do it to you. And he is because he just can't help himself. So I just I just got sick of it all. I just got to the point where I was like, if my mom didn't live here, we'd be gone. I know in that stupid square, in that moment, I knew that I was like ready to pack everything up and get the hell out of Dodge. I just, and I never thought I would be that chick. I just never thought I would be that chick, and I turned into that chick. And so all week I've been really, really struggling with this situation. Um, Yesterday I was our dog's been really sick, so there's been that stress too. And yesterday morning I was at my computer, and I was just starting to work, and my business partner, Sean, called me, and I just lost it. And I just started crying, and I just telling him, you know, he's white, and Sean is a Republican, and I'm a Democrat, and I know Sean's heart. I've known him for a lot of years, and he knows how I feel about him and his family and how much I love them all, even his mom and his stepdad and his brother and his kids and his wife and her family. Just love them to pieces. And they all know that. That's not a surprise. But he just called at the perfect moment, and he just stopped everything he was doing, and he talked to me, and I felt better after I talked to him. But it's just, this is what it's gotten to for me personally, and I know it's gotten to this for other people too. So we live on a street, and me and my daughter are the only black folks on the street, and I never thought about that before. Even when all this stuff started, it never even crossed my mind that we're the only two black people on the street. And we're so lucky because we're on this street with these people, and we all moved in together. It's a new community. So the street got finished, the houses got finished within a week and a half of each other. So everybody was moving in together at the same time. Thank you. And everybody was moving in together at the same time, so we all got to know each other. Everybody's out there with their moving van, and we all got to know each other. I mean, all of us. And so the people that live next door to us, they're like the entertainers of the street. They're always organizing dinners and stuff like that, and they want to have a pool party, and I don't want to go. And it's really nothing against them personally. It's just this, and I'm just being honest. It's just the situation that we're in right now. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to a party. And I was telling Tinos that I don't want to go to this party and be the only black chick there. I just don't want to go. So, and I can't seem to break that down and reconcile that feeling. And it's frustrating. And I'm pissed because I'm having to have these thoughts. Because this country can't get it together. Because people can't understand that if you're black and you live in this country, you live in a totally different existence than your white counterparts do. And it's not saying anything against my white counterparts. It's the way that it is, and it shouldn't be that way. My cousin was, put on her Facebook page a situation that she went through when she got pulled over. And I never knew that. And I, we've all grown up with this. All of us. There's no exception. And if you're talking to a black person and they're sitting there going, "Oh yeah, none of this shit has ever happened to me," I wouldn't believe them. I wouldn't believe them. They either don't realize that it's happened to them, or they're just living in straight up denial. I grew up in an affluent neighborhood. I went to private schools my whole entire life until I went to college. I had some of the best education that money could buy when I was in grade school and high school, and it happened to me. So if somebody's out there telling you it never happened to them, I would question that, and I hope that person would question themselves. So what I'm hoping is this is just something that we have to go through right now, not just me, but everybody else. I know some of my white friends are truly struggling with this, truly struggling with what they're realizing about themselves. So I'm just hoping that this is something, a street that we're going down, and we're going to get to another street, and that street's going to be much prettier. This one is ugly. It's the ugliest street we've ever been on, and as a nation, and I'm hoping that we get to the end of this street and we turn the corner and things get better. Because if they don't, I'm not going to live here anymore. I'm just not. So I pray, and I'm going to beg you guys to please go out and vote and fill out your census. You're not helping yourself. Even if you're on Trump's side, you're not helping yourself. So even if it's against everything that I just talked about, fill out your census and go and vote. I'm going to tell you what I did with this mail-in ballot that we had for the primary on the 9th. It was long. There were a lot of candidates on it, and it's like judges and stuff. And normally people go, oh, who cares about that? I'll just fill out whatever. I looked up every single person on that ballot. It took me 2 days to do it. And I will never, ever go to the polls uneducated again. So it's not just go and vote. Educate yourself on who's running and vote for that person. Every single vote counts. Today, Trump pulled back the protections for the LGBTQ community as far as healthcare is concerned. He is I don't even want to call him an animal because I love animals. He is the devil himself. And so now people in the LGBTQ community may not be able to get medical treatment because now it's legal for them to be discriminated against. That's not what this country is about. He's a scumbag, and that's an insult to scumbags. So please go out and vote, do what you are supposed to do, and then maybe we can get to the end of this street and turn that corner, and it's a beautiful place. Because right now, this country is in turmoil, and it's not a good place to be. At least not for me. That's just my opinion. So thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Have a good night. And vote and fill out your census. Bye.